Yeah, I think part of the strength, and it was a little before your time, what made the Genovese strong was they had the mayor Newark in their back pocket. Wasn't it? At his
Atanasio. You
Atanasio.
Atanasio. That's in the 70s, 80s, though.
I think he was a main guy as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. Now, this is an area that I'm telling you, I'm fascinated with, especially Hudson County. Which of the families do you think are still present in Newark, Hoboken, and Jersey City today? You don't got to say names, but which families do you think are still present?
I mean, I don't know, but I can't see why not everybody is.
I don't recall Columbo's ever being too big in Jersey. My personal opinion. How about
I don't
yourself?
know. No, they weren't.
Yeah. And then I was because we were doing a show one night and we talked about Hudson County, how there was much less wise guys than you think. Then somebody turned me on to again a Genovese crew out of Bayonne, and I looked it up and they turned out to be pretty powerful.
I can't see why they all wouldn't be operating. I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Can't see why they would, but I can't see why they wouldn't either.
Now, this may be more of a consulting question versus firsthand, but one of the things that Riggy was strong is with the unions,
Yes.
labor
Yes.
racketeering. They controlled a lot of the local unions in Jersey. How did that work? Give us kind of like your perception how Riggy and his guys controlled the
So,
construction trade in Jersey.
see, my a lot of guys got into the union, so I guess they call it corruption, but we didn't know any different. So
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, Sal needs a job. Put
yeah,
him in the union. It's what we did. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what union corruption is unless it's on a higher level than what we would know.
yeah.
Most of the people I would know would be the blue collar aspect, right?
Good point.
They're
Good
going to
point.
work on the docks or the carpenters or whatever it might be. So we wouldn't know that aspect.
Yeah, if you look at it in Jersey, in the unions, who comes up? The Genovese again, and they were very big in the ILA and still are. So I know who
Sure,
those guys.
absolutely.
And this I'm most fascinated with this too. You may or may not know, but how did the Philly mob set up a crew based in North Jersey?
Yeah.
I know they did. And did they have issues with New York families operating in North Jersey? I know part of why Tony Caponegro was killed, other than killing Bruno, was that was because he wanted to sit down against Funzi Thierry involving gambling interests years prior. Yeah, the Philly crew Philly had a crew in North Jersey.
Yes.
Where
Right.
were they out of?
Newark, everybody. Never an issue. Everybody was here.
So there was like 7 families in Newark. The five
Everybody was here except for the Cavalcante
or the
family,
six
really.
families.
And maybe the Columbos weren't. Maybe Benenos a little bit. But everybody was here. Everybody got along. There was never beefs between the guys. Everybody really knew each other. So a lot of guys grew up together. These are guys that are older than me, grew up together, but ended up in different factions, different crews, different families. But everybody got along. Like I said, on Saturday night, everybody would be at the same club.
Interesting.
No issue.
Now, when John Johnny Boy D'Amato was accused of being gay, I think it was by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ironically, do you think there's any truth to that, or it might have been like a false wire?
What years were they? Swinging years? Who knows what they did back then? They were freaking crazy.
Good point.
You know?
Any information, and I don't know if you want to share this anyway, any information about murder Genovese acting capo Larry Ritchie?
Just that he was that was a crazy day. I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
I remember when he disappeared. And then they found him behind the diner. I think they found him behind the diner.
Was that the one? The guy?
I think on Route 22 maybe they found him behind the diner.
That guy was found in the Huck Finn Diner in Union.
Yeah, I think so.
And
I
then
remember that.
And then DiGilio got killed. He was a big Genovese guy too.
Yep. John DiGilio. Yeah.
Yeah, they found like one of them. I don't know. And if somebody,
I know they found. I remember when Ricky disappeared, and then I remember when they found him in the trunk. I think it was in the trunk behind the diner, like a week later.
I think it was a Huck Finn Diner by me in Union, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Insane.
Crazy.
Any boot versus longies info or guess to chat about that? I guess they think you're 100, but
no,
I
but I
didn't
know.
age either. I just teed you up as a mob guy talking about history, so they didn't know the time of reference. But Longy was Longy's woman. The Jewish
Woman, yeah,
priest?
yeah. I guess they did business together. The boot, his presence is still here. He's still here in some type of spirit. I'll tell
Yeah.
you why. The church I go to, as soon as you walk in and you look to the right, the first stained glass window in St. Lucy's Church is from Mr. and Mrs. Biardo. It's
Wow.
right there. Then I'll tell you what happened. What?
Yeah, please.
St. Lucy's Church. Do you know of St. Lucy's Church? It's on 7th Avenue. It's in Newark. It's in the North Newark.
Yeah, yeah,
That was the Italian epicenter, basically, Little Italy.
yeah.
So Joe DiMaggio used to come there, and all celebrities. So the church ran short of funds when they were finishing up some work. It was like they were like $1 million short. They were trying to raise money.